Hey, you guys, Amanda here. Rebels against government? No N because we don't like nuts in our government, except the good ones. Anyway, don't judge me too harshly. I've been working in my yard today, salvaging a bunch of sabotage. So the sun's going down, and I was asked a question today, and I'm just now getting around to answering that question. Arlene Barnum. She was in the wreck with Anthony Hervey. Anthony was supposed to come to my rally at Vicksburg, Mississippi, the Wake the Dead. That was so huge that the paper called me a social media giant, and they put me in the basement downstairs, tried to intimidate me and all that crap. Anyway, Anthony didn't come to my rally. He went with Arlene. They burned their NAACP cards, and supposedly they were ran off the road, and he was killed after the rally. Okay, Arlene did a video in the ER. She got attached to all the Confederates from that video because of Anthony Hervey. Because we were all big supporters of Anthony. He was a constant at the University of Mississippi. He was a wonderful man. Paula Tingle Hervey, his wife, is also an awesome woman, very educated. She's foreign, but I mean, she's still black, so people listen to her. Anyway, Arlene was in New Orleans. I found out she was getting paid because at the safe house, she woke up off the couch. She did not know I was sitting down there with Andrew and Alan. I was waiting on the rally to start. I had driven down from the top of the state, and I went to the safe house. She was laying there on the couch, and before she didn't open her eyes, and she said, "I'm going to go to the bank and get you boys your money from it." And she opened her eyes and she seen me sitting there. Well, we went ahead and we did New Orleans. And I watched the entire situation because I knew they were paid agitators. They were coming from Arlene's phone. All of our phones were scrambled, and then they had people in the not Crystal Stairs, that's Shreveport, Louisiana, I'm sorry. The Dixie Tavern was next door to the Jefferson Davis Monument. That's where they were staging Antifa out of. They were calling the law on us, saying we were shooting guns. They were jumping on our flags. I had one push me off the curb. They were cussing my kids. They hit the Catholic preachers' kids with paintball guns, which is not funny because it actually hurt them. It was a whole shit show. Okay. At the time, I was still watching. We went to Memphis, Tennessee, whenever the corrupt attorneys made the fake organization to sell the park for $1,000, $1 million property now for $1,000, so they could desecrate a monument and a grave on national television, stage political medium. Charlottesville, I did not go. I watched everybody's live feeds. I watched innocent people be attacked that had a permit. The police revoked their permit and fed them to the wolves. And I'm talking flame torches, shit, and piss. I'm not joking either. Center blocks, bricks. It got bad in Charlottesville. All right. Then Houston, Texas. They segregated the people with the Confederate flag. And we had the one, Joseph, that did the big hug with the Confederates and the blacks and everything. He was there. Arlene was there. We were segregated. Confederates were segregated from the rest of the patriots. Okay? That was Houston. And then they were handing out the Louis Fockerin road reparations propaganda when we left. I had my black co-worker with me. She was the mayor, Henry Cotton's niece. She worked with me at a law firm. And I gave him the dollar, but he was talking to her. And I wasn't supposed to be able to see it or read it, but I did anyway. Anyway, she got fired, and then I did too, wrongfully terminated. My daughter got wrongfully expelled from school, and then falsified absences, attacked by a truancy officer. It goes on and on, okay? And then there was an article written from New Orleans about the inaccurate history and the division of the children through that history, the propaganda. It was all 100% accurate. It was the truth. Then there was Shreveport. Okay. Shreveport is where I finally ousted Arlene. I pulled the race card out. That was not about race. That monument was erected by women. It was designed by women. They baked cookies and cakes 30 years to erect it. The property the monument sat on was donated to the ladies of the UDC. I started getting attacked by the NOW organization, which is the National Organization of Women. Linda Zarus and Hillary Clinton are the face of it. They've killed their own people for social media. I'm not joking. For propaganda and enragement and all that. They stage up hate crimes and these people supposedly die. I don't know if they're really dead or not. Because to be honest with you, the witness at Charlottesville that was on TV was a government employee. And then the girl that allegedly died, I don't think she died. Dylan Roof even, okay? They had a protest scheduled the very next day after that church shooting, and it was already in place to tear down Walmart and everything else. I tried to visit Dylan Roof to find out if he was doped up on medication, to find out if he was radicalized, because I do know MK Ultra is very real. I do know people that it has been done on, and I have seen people do things and not have any memory of it, period, okay? So I wanted to investigate it, and I emailed the prison that he was held at, and it was the one that the media all stated he was in. Nobody would return my calls. But when I jerked the race card out of Shreveport, Louisiana, Arlene Barnum tucked tail and ran. Now, I invited her to Monroe, Louisiana, because Dave Gore had put her picture with me in the Southern Red, White, and Blue video. I invited her to ULM, the Grove, with me. And we had the ULM robot sing to her and serenade her and all that stuff. And I was feeling her energy, y'all, and that's what I do. I'm an empath. I can see things. And I didn't trust her as far as I could throw her. I started doing my research. She was with all these different Democrat senators. And after I pulled the race card out of Shreveport, Louisiana, she started promoting marijuana and justice reform and Black Lives Matter type stuff. From the other patriots, like a lot of people have thanked me extensively for exposing her agenda and removing her from the monument fight, because they were pinging off her phone. That's how they knew where to show up and who to attack. And she was being offered free places to stay, rides. She was getting all kinds of kickbacks from Confederates because everybody wanted to support Arlene. She was supposedly military. She supposedly was a black woman that supported the Confederate flag. You know, and a lot of people were suckered into it, but not me. I don't care what color your skin is. I'm just going to tell you the truth, and if you don't like it, you can kiss my Dixie.